friends, and welcome to tonight's beer review, which I am calling the delayed Halloween, and I even shouldn't be doing this because I got so much fucking work due tomorrow afternoon that I really shouldn't be doing a beer review. But fuck it. You know, who hasn't written a paper while drunk before? So, tonight I will be reviewing something which would have been very fitting last night. Fat Jack Double Pumpkin Ale. This is by Sam Adams. Let me read the back here. Pleasantly plump and satisfied. This rich and luscious brew indulges in flavor with over 28 pounds of pumpkin per barrel for a full-bodied sweetness and deep russet color. Classic pumpkin pie spices of cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, and allspice ignite a warmth and spark that's deepened by an undercurrent of roasty smoked malts. The result is a delectable brew full of enveloping layers of flavor and spice. At Sam Adams, we love experimenting. This series of limited edition brews represents some of our favorite small batch creations. Now, besides that, it says the hops used here are East Kent Galdings and Fuggles. So this is pretty much old world spiced. It's also a double pumpkin ale. So it's 8.5 ABV, so pretty intense. I've had this before, wasn't particularly blown away by it, but who knows, you know? I always give, you know, quality makers second chances. I always give any beer a second chance, unless it's a really crap, you know, macro lager. Or one of those, you know, stunt beers. Ooh, that's thick and syrupy. Glug 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 glug. Okay, I gave this an overly vigorous pour, probably, as you can see from the amount of head here. And indeed, it is a dark russet color. And it smelled like pumpkin pie in a glass. You got that gourd there? Allspice, cinnamon, nutmeg, the works. A bit of little crackery malt underneath that, but you're basically getting the spices first off, then pumpkin, and then the malts. This is probably a little bit too cold right now. It feels about 45 degrees, should be about 10 degrees warmer. Definitely boozy. Got a lot of booze in that finish there. It's very thick, but still enough carbonation to it to get a prickle. In the front, you definitely get the spices, but they're nowhere near as prominent as they are in the nose. Or in the bouquet, as Hyacinth Bouquet would put it. You don't get much pumpkin flavor, but you definitely get a lot of that creamy pumpkin mouthfeel. And it kind of comes in on the mid-palate and sort of lingers on after you swallow. Along with the bittering hops. But not much character, you just kind of get that old world sort of English flavor to it. I'm liking it better than I did last time because the mouthfeel feels a lot fuller, you know? I'm getting more of that gourd mouthfeel. When I had it before, I didn't get as much pumpkin. I still would like more pumpkin. You know, I'd like to have some more the more volatile pumpkin notes as opposed to just the mouthfeel, but it's better than I had it last time, in which the spices predominated. It's kind of sweet, especially in the mid palate to finish, but not cloyingly so. So, you know, that gourd mouthfeel adds a savory bit to it. It's definitely opening up a lot more in my mouth as it's warming up here now. As you can see, I'm kind of holding it to go and bring out, to have my hands warm it up a bit. Spice is asserting itself a little bit more as it warms up. But that's okay because it's still not overpowering, and it's kind of meshing well with that pumpkin mouthfeel. Not getting much in the way of malts to it. The malts have definitely given it the sweetness, but I'm not getting much more, you know, that sort of grain or wheat or bread or cracker character to it. And oddly enough, as a spice, and you know, actually going back to the malts, is definitely giving it a lot of body to it. I'm really starting to dig it. It's definitely like a pumpkin pie with a hint of brown sugar to it. And hops. No, the hops bitterness is not clashing with that sweetness. Pumpkin pie, this is playing nicely. You know, it's just kind of transitioning to it in the finish. Oddly enough, the booziness is actually kind of declining as it warms up because the rest of the flavor notes are sort of expanding. Yeah. Definitely leaves that you know, that coating gourd mouthfeel, pumpkin gourd mouthfeel kind of mixed in. It's just that sort of creamy afterfeel on your tongue with that hops taste lingering. Yeah, I'm digging it. So why am I digging at you know, this thing, now that I'm having it more, where the first time was kind of meh for me. This was a couple years back, by the way. I would have to venture that it has a lot to do with freshness. That I picked up a bottle that said, you know, first batch. I believe it might have been sitting on the shelf for months. Whereas this one, I'm pretty well assured that it's just a couple months old. That it was brewed maybe September, or maybe no, probably August. Probably August. So it's still fresher. Getting a bit more of a malt's character now. This is really warm. There's sort of a brown bread sort of malt character to it. You know, there's a brown sugar aspect to the sweetness of it. Mm. Hops are definitely getting a little bit strong now that it's really warm. So it's not really, well, it's kind of getting different from pumpkin pie, but still, maybe a pumpkin breadish sort of character, spiced pumpkin breadish. I am definitely going to enjoy finishing off this bomber. So, Fat Jack, double pumpkin ale. Didn't like it the first time, but I'm really digging it now. Get yourself a bottle and get yourself a bit of pumpkin pie in a glass here, huh? So, that's your review for tonight. I'm back off to write a paper after this. Maybe have a smoke first. And, excuse me. Have yourself a happy belated Halloween whenever I upload this. Probably sometime tomorrow evening or the day after. Well, that's your review tonight. Cheers.